rock in a hard place, but flicks out and finds another headshot. There's Crucial as well, and Petitek gets stuck in a near-on impossible situation. A 1 versus 3 against these angry Epsilon players. They're going to try and backtrack as well. Oh, and there's Petitek gone. 9-6 at the end of the half. Back to pistols. We've got Epsilon on the CT side this time. Of course, switching at the end of the half. Mike S going to be picking up that kit. It's Kevlar for everybody else, so a little light on utility for Epsilon. Normally, maybe you want just an HE towards the B-bomb site, but instead he's got the smoke. This is, of course, to go for a smoke and defuse if they do plant on the A-bomb site, which is overwhelmingly likely possibility right now. Crucial is going to flick and hit that one headshot. He's still got mid completely under wraps. You've got this crossfire here between Oscarish as well. So Goofy from behind, Stomp as well. Finding heads, Goofy again. Over on A, doing absolute work right now, and it's only Mike left. This smoke diffuse, it's very powerful if you've got teammates, but they've all fallen gone. So it's going to be double digits for X-Kom here unless Mike does something absolutely phenomenal, and Goofy's going to find him as well. A stellar triple kill to start the second half. A lot of rifles for X-Kom for a second round. I'd be normally expecting a UMP in the mix here, but it's only the single MAC-10 from Goofy. He is often the player to play with the SMG. MAC-10 on the T side is usually a funky one. You'd usually be wanting to utilize that towards either underpass or B, and he is going towards that side of the map as well. Down under. Good day. 10-6 is our scoreline. Of course, Epsilon going for pretty heavy utility right now, heavy buy-up. And they do just want to peek and poke towards different angles of the map before Goofy rains one down. Oscarish eliminated. And you've got 4 CTs left all over this map. The nice boost coming through from Epsilon on the B-bomb site. Stanley up and engaged. And, of course, Stark and Petitek going to try and chip in on the B-bomb site. So you've got Stanley to contend with as well. They need to check him, and Petitek does exactly that. Nice fast headshot. Epsilon can't capitalize. They had a good position, well, temporarily on the B-bomb site, but they get rattled away. 3 rifles saved, and Goofy not going to be able to get to a 4th. He's going to keep hold of at least one of those weapons. We do find ourselves 11-6 here as X-Kom getting frighteningly close to those late rounds. Oh, that's going to be a beautiful nade. So I did just miss its marker though. Start finding a bunch of frags, and that is a 14-second round. That is very, very quick. You'd never really see a sub 15-second round. That might be a record right there. I'm not too sure. That's an interesting one, to say the least. I wonder what the record for shortest round is. Must be less than 10 seconds, surely. I think it must be one on Inferno, just through nade stacks. Could be Mirage or an Inferno. But 14 seconds there, that's a fast one. That's a new one. It's going to be the AXQ here. A lot of nades pouring through. The bomb going to follow suit as well, making their way right out onto the A-bomb site, and that bomb is going to be planted early. At least they're going to go for the attempt. Oscarish needs to find this angle here, waiting for a flash in, but it's not coming. Finds a headshot regardless, right through the smoke. Goofy eliminated, and X-Kom just waiting now. They need a return frag. Maybe they need to wait for Stark to poke towards the top of mid and try and find an entry of his own. He hasn't been spotted or heard out right now. So Oscar looking to get aggressive here. You've got Stanley playing fairly passive as Stark hasn't re-engaged at all. You've got the Molotov forcing Surreal out. A lot of damage done there. 75 with the Molotov, down to 26 HP. Stark's flank incredibly successful. Stanley even saw him coming through, so I'm not sure how that even worked out. Crucial gets tagged up as he does find a frag before going down. Texec, his position completely compromised. Stanley right up above him, and he has a perfect angle to finish off the job. 12-7 here on Mirage for these two teams. Epsilon, obviously, a couple of rounds here are crucial, are vital. You can't be letting the buy get broke, especially now in the game. You need to be doing your utmost to chain at least a couple of rounds on the board. Called AK-47 and an AWP on X-Kom. This is a very good buy for a team who just lost all 5 members. And they've taken a lot of map control as well. They've completely swarmed mid, and they've even got the initial trade. That's the main AWP gone. Oscarish has to chip through 1 and 2. Both frags there. Now Texec looking to do a little bit of damage of his own. Headshot there. Over on short. Stanley eliminated, and Mike S needs to chip it back, assuming the same position of his fallen teammate, as he is able to trade it through. And Texec eliminated there. Stomping Stark has to do it all, the 2 S's. But Surreal from behind, he's going to find at least a 1 before Stark finds him as well. So no smoke means that he has got to find the firefight at some point. 1 spotted, and yeah, bitten off a little more than he can chew, moving in towards window room there. The AWP going to finish him off. Oscarish isn't half bad with that weapon. Triple CZ75 and PD50 and a Deagle is all X-Kom have to use in this one. You've got the triple rifle on Epsilon to try and hold it down. Molotov place. T-Tech. Ooh, 3 frags came through right there. Surreal stood all out in the open, going to find another one with the MP9. Heavy damage weapon, especially at short range, but Stomp isn't really looking out for this one. All out, and there's a fast shot right through the corner of that box. Stanley and Mike, last 2 alive, and it might be best to switch over to the CZ this time, as they are both very low. They should be playing this one together. Stomp just looking to find a different avenue of approach. Looking over towards window room, might even evade Stanley. Over towards his rotate and wraparound. Does actually spot him out. Oh no, he didn't recognize it. Stanley finds him, picked up AWP, and that is a stroke of luck for Epsilon. M4's AWP on Epsilon. 5 lots of AK-47s for X-Kom. They are going to be going for the boost up over towards mid. You've got Crucial really wanting that advanced angle, and it's one that's not always checked. He can spot into lower mid. someone coming from underpass, if they do try and re-engage into connector, they can actually be spotted as well. That AWP has a lot of visual right now, as Crucial is going to be wanting all of it. I think he did back off and drop away. Doesn't want to be stuck all out in the open. If someone does, by chance, try and look for it, towards it. And Stanley does get punished on the peak. Shot down, at least a warning shot. Oscarish watching towards connector. He has been a fundamental player so far on this CT side for Epsilon in their pursuit towards double digits. They're on 9 rounds. They're 1 away. Oh, Oscarish going to peek in for another one. Flash almost out, but it's the AWP to chip in instead, and Epsilon completely crushed the attack. It's only stopped, and he does find a trio of frags. Has still got 58 HP left, so maybe needs to go for a cross here. Maybe even wanting to pick up an AWP. Goes for the smoke and maybe just a quick plan. He's going to be planting for CT spawn. Nobody playing from this side of the map, though, as he can just swing and try and find a different avenue of approach. Standing great angle, and he is going to find the initial spray down. So double digits for Epsilon. Did get a little bit antsy there. But we do find ourselves with both teams up to and above double digits. Let's have a close game. I think we had 6 long haul matches, or 6 short haul matches, maybe I should say, in a row. Gonna be the pistol armor B rush, the Suka Rush B from X-Kom, I think, as Mike looking to just wrap them away with the AK-47. But T-Tech might be next in line, all out of bullets, but he's over to the pistol. Oscarish going to clean up Epsilon, just 1 round away, 5 frags away from leveling this up, and a great time to go to a pause for, I think, as X-Kom obviously feeling the pressure here. They're just a couple of wins away from this offline finals as well. I think they're in 3rd or 4th place over on the Legends points leaderboard. Over the last couple of weeks, they've had some stunning performances. But being just 1 away here, important stuff. I'd be going for an important change-up. If I were on the side of X-Kom, maybe even want to be getting slightly aggressive, playing at least something towards mid. But you normally say, if you're on the receiving end of a tactical pause, you probably just want to be playing things fairly passive and just waiting out the changes of that CT side. You want to just be playing your A game and not trying to counter what you think they're going to do, because at the end of the day, you're going to be going for a complete guess. There is no real way to determine what X-Kom are going to be going for, what change of pace is going to be coming up to fruition at this point. So back into the match. What is X-Kom going to do to change it up? You've got Stomp with the AWP. He is leading the charge as far as the frags are concerned. Rocking a 1 1/3 KD. You've got him obviously back on that AWP. The flash in mid is not going to catch Crucial out as he hits the tag onto Goofy. A Crucial member to knock down to low HP. Oh, and there's a nade, probably going to finish him off. Does the damage. Only 5 out of 16 HP taken, as he is down to 11 points of health. Pair of sticks. One minute on the clock. 2, now 3 towards the top of mid. Pair of players looking to focus their avenue of approach on B as well as the split is coming through. This is a set approach from X-Kom. This is a change of pace, but it gets crushed from short. The 1-2 pincer from Stanley and Oskarish going to do a ton of damage. There's the AWP as well, going to be knocking Stark down to unmanageably low HP. He needs to find a pick here as Stomp has the crossover with the AWP. There's one gone, but they have a lot more work to do in this 2 versus 5. Crucial, and now Stanley eliminated. This was a 2-on-5, now leveled up to a 2-on-3. But X-Kom still have a lot more to do. Missed smoke by Oskarish. That's not going to aid his pursuit onto this B bomb site, as Mike is going to at least find one. Now they have to just deal with the AWPer. Maybe a bit of coordination in team play will level up the scoreboard. 12-12 here, as Stomp has a world of work to do, and he's got a player closing in behind him, not even needed. Mike finishes it off with a stunning headshot. 12-12 here on Mirage. We're going to be going the distance here today in the first out of 2 maps. Epsilon getting out the AWP once again. Crucial has been phenomenal at picking apart these opening frags, and he might be about to find another one. There's a tag, it's a leg. I think that's 4 legs in a row from him. That's quite a skill in itself. As Oskarish, he has probably been the star of this match so far. Crucial at finding these picks, especially from Connector, which is where he's pincered right now. He is going to be looking for a little bit more. Stomp going for the wraparound. Hasn't got the AWP in his grasp this time as Groofy gets eliminated. Crucial finds him with that headshot. He did get taken down to 74 earlier on, but now it's going to be up to X-Kom to do a lot of this damage. Stomp only finding one and then done, as Oscar's going to find him as well. But now they know exactly where Oscar's playing from. They can try and flash it out, but he does exactly that. Gets taken down right through the barricade there. Petit Tech only needed one more bullet in, and that is going to be the call of the round. Is going to start both fine headshots. Both now playing from CT spawn as they need to do a little bit of damage. The HE misplaced in its placement. Texec down to 1 HP, but not going to be found. Texec finds a frag in return in a second. Double kill on 2 HP. What a pair of frags right there. X-Kom now taking the lead once again. Pressure on their shoulders here. Their economy is going to be completely reset if they lose this one. As X-Kom looking to really not close up the scored line. Nade not quite hitting its marker. It's a little bit of a gamble if those nades hit. Of course, over towards Palace, where you're not always going to be engaging a player. Texac really expecting a flank here. Obviously, Mike S baited with a nade. Quite an aggressive one. But it is just a standoff for both teams. You've got X-Kom just trying to take map control right now. Waiting out Epsilon on these different angles of approach. Molotov gonna force Crucial back. He takes a little bit of damage in standing there, but forced out into the open. Texec 1 and 2 there. Lots of damage. A site broken open, and now Epsilon needs to make it happen in the retreat. Stanley finds a bullet right between the eyes, and that is round over. Gonna be 14-12 as Epsilon. I think they've only got one buy in the bag left. Mike on the B bomb site. Players getting dangerously close, and I think the knife's going to come in. Oh no, TechZek just goes with a headshot instead. But 14-12, and Epsilon have even less money than I initially thought. This one might be a little too close for comfort, a little too hot to handle. Feet towards mid is going to be forced through that smoke here. There's a follow-up flash place as Oskarish just wants to go for the cross. He needs to catch somebody out and find an initial frag here, just like Mike just did, right through the corner of that smoke. Those are the sort of gimmicky plays that you need to be going for. Now the A-take is about to come through, and Crucial needs to find another one. Really waiting for a flash here, but just peeks out naked, and he's going to find both frags. Crucial, how did he manage that one? Looking for this 13th round here, but Petitek and TechZek trying to trade it back, but it's all too little too late. Epsilon gonna steal one away, and we might be going to 30 or more rounds here for the first map of the day. X-Kom did look phenomenal early on, but now Stomp is really cooled off. He is 2-3 in the last 5 or so rounds. And Epsilon haven't been too better either. They've been slightly inconsistent, notably in the first half. Surreal really looking to poke with the smoke. Surreal being the only pincer on the actual A bomb site, playing a heavy connector presence. Oh, Goofy gets absolutely dunked on. He gets shot right in the face by Crucial. That is very lucky to find that shot in under a second. TechZek maybe looking for seconds there, but he might just get domed in as well. Does a little bit of damage. Doesn't have that sideline potential from Crucial there. T-Tech is going to try and trade in, but Surreal dunks in once more, as this is a 4 versus 2. He almost hit that straight up headshot there with the one tap. Stomp and Stark both going to find picks, but it's only Stomp left. Trying to make his presence known towards mid, as Surreal might be going in for this peak, but a whiff there from Stomp as he needs to make this cross happen. He needs to make another one happen besides Mike here. On this B bomb site, maybe he wants to cross, but he's going to go for the straight up plant instead. Mike waiting for his teammate instead of going hurdling, bounding into B. As Stomp watching one angle. He is probably going to get caught from the other though. He's looking for this to come through, and he spots both jumping, misses both shots. As Stomp is the one floating target on the B bomb site. Mike hits the headshot. A 14th round from Epsilon. Means that we will see at least 30 rounds here on the first map of the day. This one going the distance. And there's a pause being called from Petitek. They called a pause earlier. I'm not sure if they're going to get it here. I'm not sure if they're even entitled to it. But they are trying for the tack here in the 29th. But no pause at all. X-Kom just going to try and deal with this one. And you'd be wanting a pause if you're on this T side right now. All the pressure's on. And Epsilon, 8 rounds out of the last, I think, 13. So a good success rate here in the second half. Much better than their first, which they lost by a margin of 5. I think it was a 10-5 half. Was it 9-6? Can't quite remember. But Petitek finding the initial pick. Oskarish diving into the site, trying to find 2. Oh, and there's the headshot. Gets the reload in as well. Oskarish is still alive, and he is looking for more here as Petitek finally eliminates him. But he's all out of ammo and has to go for the reload himself. Stark here on 100 HP, but over towards mid, and he is caught between the crossfire. Stanley finds him, and this is going to be a 15th for Epsilon, the CT side, and they're reaping the rewards right now. Petitek only on 3 points of health as well. Needs 3 player, 1 HP per player for the ace? I'm not too sure. And Stanley is going to seal that one. 14-15. Epsilon looking to close out this first map here, and this would be so crucial. They've been very lackluster over the last couple of weeks after the loss of Smooya to a win on the board. So important here. And they have to fend off a single AK-47 and 4 pistols to make that a reality here. One round separating these two teams. Goofy, oh, that's a good nade there. Stomping Goofy, both being just whittled down a little bit. And Stanley might be about to dome another one downwards, as that one's going to do the same amount of damage onto Petitek as well. Oscarish finds a pick onto Stomp, and this one might be all falling apart. The CT side has looked flawless for Epsilon, and they might be about to collapse in on Team X-Kom here. The support from Stanley's perfect. 3 versus 2. X-Kom need to find these frags if they are going to make this one an overtime performance here, and they've got 2 pistols to do it with. Start very low. When he gets eliminated, just Goofy left, 1 versus 3. He goes down. 16-14 here in the first map of the day on Mirage. An interesting map, all things considered. There's the bomb getting defused right there. 16-14. That is a great performance from Epsilon. After a 9-6 opening half, you'd have really been expecting X-Kom to close that one out. And they had a great start to the second half as well. So I was thinking maybe they would close that one out. But unfortunately so, we see Epsilon take it 16-14, as close as you get in Counter-Strike without going over regulation to overtime. So we are going to be back in about 5 minutes with the second and final map of the day. It's going to be Train. Don't go anywhere.